Small business is about courage, risk-taking, independence, and we small business owners are survivors. Everybody has an idea for a business, but how do you take that idea from mind to market? This is the place to learn.
Small Business School with Hattie Bryant.
It's a new kind of school. Together we'll learn about business from the inside out, from the people who've done it. We'll meet the men and women who are today's pioneers and quiet heroes. Their lives are the textbooks. Our classroom is the world. Hi, I'm Hattie Bryant. Since 1994, we have been telling the stories of successful small business owners who share their hard-earned insights here on this weekly program. These stories teach by example. They inspire all of us. Here you meet men and women who profoundly believe in their dreams, work hard, persevere against great odds, and create work and real value in their communities and in the economy. When a person decides to start a business, they create at least one job for themselves, and there are about 15 million of these one-person companies in the U.S. today. As the business grows, more jobs are created. Small businesses create 75% of all new jobs, and we do it because, in Thoreau's words, we are living the life we've imagined. With an idea that we think is better than the next guy's, we create work and wealth for our employees and our communities. In one of the country's least populated states, let's meet business owners who are living the life they've imagined by creating work for others.
This is Yankee Street, and this is really the art center of Silver City. And all of this, just a few years ago, was vacant, and now these are all galleries. There's over 20 galleries.
People in Silver City, New Mexico love their special spot on the earth.
Silver City is an art destination, and it's great now, and it's getting better.
We're sitting at the Blue Dome Gallery in Silver City, New Mexico.
Linda Brewer and John Roavek own the gallery.
We're the gateway to the Gila National Forest, which is the oldest and largest wilderness area in the continental United States, and it's a wonderful place to live. We have great weather, and we still have a beautiful downtown, and we have great art galleries and a great community.
Where did the name Blue Dome come from?
It came from the climate. You walked right through the Blue Dome.
The blue sky.
The blue sky.
Why would someone come here?
We have one of the greatest selections of handmade pottery and also painting, really seriously, in America.
I like these looks.
We try to sell artwork that is very dimensional. So 5 years down the road, you're going to see something else in it different than even what you bought it. They're usually very complex. They might appear simple, but you're going to enjoy that for a lifetime. And, it's real important for us to have, our collectors happy. And what makes collectors happy is a good piece of art.
In essence, we employ all of our artists.
Yes.
And we have 20 or 25 different artists, and we not only work for them, but they work for us also.
Our business is as much about the artist as it is about the client. And I know them all personally. I can tell you their children's names, what foods they like, where they travel to, and it allows me to tailor the business.
I mean, I'm afraid to buy art because I'm going, oh, what if it's no good? What if it's just my taste?
Well, you should trust your taste.
What else would you tell me?
I would tell you to start with something that is intuitive, that you think, oh boy, I would never have that in my house. But I like it, and just get it. And it will start you probably on a path of discovery, both for yourself and really what your tastes are. Because too many people look in a magazine or what's popular or what's, and you really have to buy it for a lifetime. You'll get a much more interesting house.
A trademark of ours is to use big pictures. We like to look like Architectural Digest and do big pictures, but of things that our tourists would like to go and see.
we produce primarily picture books. The larger the picture, the better it looks to them.
Just a few blocks away from the Blue Dome Gallery, Terry Mingus and Joe Burgess run Zia Publishing. Their company publishes community magazines that highlight the people and special things about small communities in New Mexico.
Joe's a photographer and I'm a designer, and that's how we started the business. Photography was a hobby for him, and we decided that southern New Mexico was always left out and overpowered by Santa Fe and Albuquerque and Taos, and we have a lot of beautiful things to offer in southern New Mexico. We have Carlsbad Caverns and white sands and cliff dwellings and ancient cultures and beautiful things in southern New Mexico, and we felt that it deserved someone to take it and show it off the way that it really is. And being from southern New Mexico, well, it just became something that we decided that we wanted to do, and they liked it. And they supported us with advertising. And if it wasn't for the advertisers, we wouldn't be here today. But they like what we do, they support us with advertising, and we are growing as a result of that.
Once we reached a point where Terry couldn't handle all of the design, then we started bringing people in, and at first our thought was, God, we can't possibly do this in Silver City. Somewhere along the line we're going to have to end up in Santa Fe or someplace like that, because the talent we didn't believe was here. But fortunately, the people that we found in Silver City were very trainable. Some of them had some schooling, and even through our participation with some of the high school programs, and of course we have a small university here. They had a lot of excellent computer training that we were able to build on. And then more recently, of course, the people who were moving to Silver City from other parts of the country because of the quality of life here started groping around for someplace where they could use their talents, and we were able to nab some really good people. What we are able to offer, of course, even for the people who have lived here all their lives, is the quality of life of this area, and that's a big reason for coming to Silver City. And then within Silver City itself is just an exciting job. To be able to do this type of quality work, as opposed to the football program, is just something that you don't normally find in a community this size. It's really very exciting to know that quality of people are available to us, and so no doubt we can utilize that for the growth of the business. And so yes, we'll continue doing this type of publication, but I think we can expand to a larger area, and we've dang sure got the people that can do it.
So you're having fun?
Mm-hmm. We love it.
We have 53 employees, not all of them here in Las Cruces, but we're hiring employees, and we're providing an economic base that's helping the area and the county and the state of New Mexico.
Leroy Gomez, Chris Ham, and Troy Scout are owners of TMC Design, a fast-growing company based in Las Cruces. They primarily design and build custom systems used by the military for electronic warfare.
This is one of the modulator circuit cards that we design and build that goes into a signal generator box that we build for the Air Force.
This is a typical monopole antenna, just like you have on your car. This is a dish antenna. This is a horn antenna. That one in the corner over there up on the wall, that's a big log periodic antenna. Let's pick this up. Without boring you with all the technical details about this, what it does is allows our customers to specify exactly what they want to do. These are 5/16 and exactly fine thread inserts, what characteristics they wish to have, and we can build an antenna to meet those characteristics.
The hardest thing was putting together the infrastructure and the company that could manage the growth. We've been successful 61 out of 63 proposals, and which is pretty unheard of. We target certain businesses or certain projects that we feel the most comfortable in performing, and we do a real good job.
We have an excellent co-op program with the university. Mechanical engineering students, when they come over here, the two gentlemen over here are both mechanical engineering students, they work in a machine shop for the first couple of years that they're here. That way, when they graduate and they design a part, they know whether or not it can be machined.
You need key support personnel, other than the engineers and the technicians that we have that do the actual work. We have an outstanding contracts administrative group. Our accounting people have been just fantastic. They've been able to manage 61 different contracts in the last 5 years.
It's a total concept. We have 100% paid health insurance. We have 401k. We have annual leave, paid annual leave. We have 11 vacation days a year. Our benefits are excellent. Our salaries are very, very good.
Why did you all start this business in the first place?
Good question. You know, we've thought about it a lot after the fact and realized had we known everything that we know now, we may not have. But I have 45 nieces and nephews in this area, and there's not a lot of really good jobs in this area, especially now that White Sands Missile Range is starting to dwindle down and some of the other high-tech employment areas aren't there. So I think that had a lot to do with it. I think that I thought I could run a business better than the people that I'd worked for before. Everything is important. The marketing, making sure that you track everything, making sure that you treat your customers properly, and making sure that financially you're doing smart things. And then, of course, taking care of your people. And if you don't take care of the business, you're not going to be able to take care of your people.
While economic development directors in every state and big city in the U.S. are busy targeting the Fortune 1000, flying around the country and even the world to convince a big business to build a plant in their community, we believe communities are better served when they truly adopt Harvard professor Michael Porter's ideas of community capitalism. Professor Porter says that community capitalism happens when for-profit, business-driven expansion creates jobs and economic opportunities in distressed communities. This is the case in New Mexico because of the strong partnership that exists between the business community, the economic development offices, nonprofits such as the Chamber of Commerce, and local governments.
The business community loves our show. One owner says, "You're motivating, informative, and inspiring." Another calls us insightful. One says, "It does my soul good." Another thinks we are the true reality show. And we're called the best business educational show on television. Want to learn more? Join the thousands of small business owners who are making a difference and add your voice to our story. Visit us online at smallbusinessschool.org. Las Cruces was ranked by Forbes magazine as the #1 small metro area to do business. Members of the Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce gather to share ideas.
We're going to do a big push between now and then to get our numbers up.
Kevin McGinley serves on the board of directors.
It's a great place to do business because it's a great place to live, and that's why we're in a good position, because we've had the staying power as he has, and we get referrals. I mean, you know, we have too much work.
You got nails, but it doesn't matter as long as the fastener is a fastener.
Go ahead, Base. I mean, I started in '78 with 2 cords, a level on a pickup truck and a saw.
Kevin's company, McGinley Construction, founded in 1978, specializes in residential and commercial remodeling.
Pretty early on, we understood that to make a decent living and produce more jobs, and I needed to hang up the tools and really manage. Well, we need to pull off one part for me too for the drain.
Oh, that's right. We got
The tack so I can put the drain in there. We want you to tell your friends we were here. We don't want them to tell you that you had a remodel or an addition done. As soon as the stucco ages a little bit, we want you to think it's been here since they built the house. The parapets match exactly. Everything is tied into the house the way it was. We don't want to do it the simple way. We want to do it whatever it takes to make it look like we weren't here before.
What is this edging? Is this a...
This is a banding that will match the banding.
I see.
So it's covered with stucco.
Yep.
So that's how we match that thing in. That's exactly how that was built in 19 whenever. Okay. They built this house themselves in, I don't know, 20 years ago or 15, 20 years ago, whatever it is. And they called us, and the idea was to get a game room in this house. And so we did our design and took our photos, did our design, brought them in. This is what we can see, and what you can see, how it's going to look. And they loved it, and I loved it. This view is awesome.
Kevin works with Jerry, his framing contractor, to solve a window installation problem.
When they set their chairs in here, the mullion there and that fixed window, the top of that between the two windows is just too high. It's blocking out too much of the view, and we're just going to have to drop it down.
Okay.
We can maybe put a mark here, Jerry, to take this part of the mullion down 6 inches, and then we'll get back and take a look at that new profile there and make a decision here and maybe give them a call. We could even go a couple inches more if we wanted to. And people have the misconception of real estate always has to have a return. I said, your house doesn't have a return all the time. Remodel dollars aren't going to have a return. It's going to have value. The clients here are going to spend a lot of time in this room. They won't spend much time in the rest of the house. They'll spend a lot of their gathering time, and those family times will be in this room.
So, Jerry,
Yeah.
have you worked with Kevin before?
Yeah.
Why do you work with him?
Money.
So Jerry actually worked for me on the first house I built in 1978. He did the trim work as a subcontractor then. So when we first met.
Right.
Didn't do a whole lot together until about...
What was that? 30 years ago?
That was
25?
25 years ago.
25.
Yeah. And didn't do a whole lot together till about 96 or 7 or something.
Yeah.
And we've been doing exclusively ever since. But he's real creative, and we put up with each other's, because remodeling is a tough business. So he does demolition for us, so we can problem solve together. And he's old enough, some of the house we worked on, he built. So.
That's right.
We learned, 10 years ago, so we really needed to retain our own good employees, our carpenters and that kind of, anyone that worked for us has to have that philosophy. We started offering benefits where no one in town was, health benefits, vacation benefits, and we try to pay them a decent wage. We also provide the trucks for them. We want that as an image, but we try to take care of those people. And we've had employees that have been with us for 7, 11 years over the course, and we just keep trying to hire the next hire is the next best guy. And we've been fortunate by trying to find good people and sticking with the good people. I mean, run a good business, pay your bills, pay your people, take care of them.
Kevin says the way to attract the best employees is to have a great reputation and a clean truck. About an hour's drive from Las Cruces is Deming, where we met the founder of Joseph's Light Cookies and saw his night shift making the goodies so many love to eat. Joseph Semprevivo deserves to brag.
I want to do something different. I want to tell my team members, you start with me, you can end with me. You could work with me the rest of your life until you retire. And they love that. And what we found out is our team members care more about efficiency because they have lifetime jobs. They come to me and say, you know what, Joseph, if we eliminate this step in the process, we can save the company more money. And I'm sitting there, I'm scratching my head saying, wow, but that's actually reducing your workload. Yeah, I know, but my job is to reduce my workload so much, you'll create another job for me. And that's found to be true. We've moved them from one position to another because they've actually eliminated positions within the company. See, we're team-based, and in order to have a team, you have to have honesty. And you have to have integrity and promise-keeping. And people need to know that the person to their right and the person to their left, they depend on. And our team members in the front office depend on the team members in the production facility. And you know what? I would not have a job if it wasn't for my team members in production. I'd be out of a job. And you know what? Our team members in the back, they understand that they would not have a job if it wasn't for me.
Right.
So it's a true partnership now.
Okay, you started in what year?
Started in 1986.
And you were?
I was 15 years old with the cookies, yes.
Okay, but why? Where did you get the inspiration? Why cookies with no sugar?
Well, at 9 years old, I was diagnosed with diabetes, so obviously I couldn't have any sugar at all. And went to my parents. They had an ice cream shop, actually, when I turned to the age of 12. And I ran into my parents and said, you know what, I'm making this gourmet ice cream every single day, and I want to make a sugar-free ice cream. And my parents said, well, go ahead. You know the recipe of the gourmet, see what you can come up with. And I came up with the first sugar-free ice cream in the marketplace when I was 12 years old. When I was 15, I went to my parents and said, could you make me a sugar-free cookie? And they came up with the first sugar-free cookie when I was 15 years old. And when I tasted it, I said, that's it. I want to share this sugar-free cookie with all the other diabetics in the country.
Your parents made this oatmeal cookie. When did you turn that into a business?
Actually, as soon as they made it. I was 15, they made it, I loved it. I said, you know what, I'm gonna start locally, do a rolling out strategy. Of course, I didn't know the terminology at 15 years old, but I said, I'm gonna start in Deming and then go to the next city and the next city. And now I'm in 50 states across the country, yeah.
And you have how many employees?
I have actually, in the plant, we have 26 team members, and we have 1,000 people across the country as far as doing sales. We found out that we were truly not in a niche market. It was for everybody. It was a mass market. Not only did health-conscious consumers come to us, all dieters. We were flooded with phone calls, and we didn't even realize at that point that our market was crossed. I mean, we had so many different markets, not just one that was diabetics, but hypoglycemics, people with heart disease and high cholesterol. They were coming after our product line as well.
What do you think about the future?
Oh, it's just the sky's the limit. We're doing multiple of millions a day in cookies. We do produce over 2 million cookies a day, but we're not stopping there. We are growing astronomically, triple-digit growth. And it's something that all companies would love to experience in the country. But you know what? Believe in your team members, give them great benefits, and empower them. And you know what? They'll perform.
Growing a business and creating jobs requires marketing. For some advice, here's our marketing advisor, John Wargo.
John, why do you think some companies grow quickly and others struggle?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the big reasons that small businesses struggle is they have a tough time getting recognized. They have a tough time getting their name and their product in front of their potential customers. On the other hand, there are some small companies who really know how to get publicity, and when they get the publicity, they get the recognition, they know how to seize upon it with a good product and a good service.
Can you give me some examples of some companies you might know about that had some good PR?
Well, you know, there's one that's very unique. There's a couple of young children out in the Denver area who participated in a one-day event at a bank in Denver. And they went in and they started producing some chocolates that they were going to sell. Well, they did so great at that, Ernst & Young gave them an award for being a young entrepreneur. Oprah Winfrey put them on their show. Bam, bam, bam. All of a sudden, here were two kids selling chocolate, which is essentially a commodity, getting this phenomenal publicity. Not only that, they were creating jobs within the Denver area for people.
How is it that they're doing so well at meeting the expectations of their customers?
Well, they understand customer service. And in doing so, they understand how to fulfill the order. They get the right packaging. This is their basic product. As you can see, the chocolate is properly covered. It's got plastic on it. It's sealed.
It's also fun.
Yes.
Look at the cow. It's a happy cow.
It's a very exciting package. Then, in the summer, when they're sending chocolates, they're concerned about the chocolate arriving in condition it was sent.
Right.
They use an insulated package.
So it starts with exposure, but you've got to follow up. The customer expects you to do what you say you're going to do.
So what they were able to do was to get the chocolate, wrap it properly, box it properly, and when they were sending it, they were able to insulate it properly. And then by picking the right service, they were able to get the chocolates to the customer within 2 or 3 days in the condition in which it was sent. And that was unbelievable customer service. And what was very, very unique was understanding how to fulfill the order and understanding the customer service part after getting all that publicity. They didn't live on their publicity. They lived on their service.
If every small business in your community were to add just one job this year, there would not be enough people to fill the jobs. These business owners in today's show are proof that good ideas with good execution create good work and many jobs.
We small business owners are the artists, the innovators, the problem solvers, the creators of wealth and work.
We'll see you next time.
Small Business School with Hattie Bryant.
If you want to learn more about starting, running, and growing a business, come to our website, smallbusinessschool.org. There's streaming video and interactive study guides.
The only way we can compete with big business is to be faster, smarter, and better. We are the engine of the American economy. We create the jobs. Small business is about big commitment. It's about sacrifice and struggle. But we do it because we say, if I don't do this, my life won't be complete.